Hello, everyone. Happy Monday, the 19th of January. How are you all? I hope that you're all doing really well. Olwen Jennings here, your spiritual guide and divorce empowerment coach, coming in with the energies of this week from today, the 19th of January, until Sunday, the 25th of January. So, apparently, it's going to be a very powerful week. There's lots going on in the skies astrologically to support us. So, I won't go into all the astrology because, as you know, I am not an expert, but I have been reading about what's going on and listening. But essentially, you can expect greater clarity coming in this week. Almost feels like you really want to act on purpose. So what I mean by that is take action consciously towards your goals or your intentions or how you want to be. So, quite often we just turn up, see how the day goes, go with the flow, and that's fine. But this week is not asking us, supporting us to be a little bit more intentional with what we're trying to do, what we're trying to achieve. It's also supporting us to lead from our intuition, from our inner knowing. Because, if in the past you did everything sort of from your head, from your logic, and you feel like you're still a bit stuck or you haven't got to where you want to be going, or you don't feel like you're going in the right direction, it's time to do things differently. It's time to feel into what it is you want to create, feel into what your next steps are by using your intuition and your inner wisdom, which is massive, right? Because that is really what's guiding you. So it's almost like leading with your soul self rather than your human self this week. It feels like it's going to be a more future focused week, how looking at the bigger picture of things as well. So maybe the little nitty gritty things that are niggling you won't seem quite so important. Also, the sun's moving into Aquarius tomorrow. So that is a much more sort of authentic, doing things your way. Aquarius is all about doing things your way as well. So there's a lot of energy this week, which is future focus, as I've said. And it feels like our desire gets switched on as well this week. So, what is it you desire, you know? Because life is fragile, isn't it? And we're here to get the most out of it, to enjoy it, to live from this place of inner freedom, and not listening to everybody's opinions, not listening to the news, not listening to the naysayers, and just really tune into what feels right for you. This is what this has all been leading to, and this week seems to be really emphasizing that. Because in a world which is getting noisier, there seems to be more conflict than ever, although I feel like there's always been conflict, but it just seems to be louder now. And the rising of AI, which can be a good thing, but there's a lot of stuff out there that just is false, isn't true. Okay, there's even like spiritual misconceptions out there. There are people saying they're spiritual when they're really not. So that means it's hard, isn't it? You've got to know, you need to know what you're listening to, whether or not it's correct or not. And you'll only know that if you listen from your heart, from your intuition. Because anything, you can make sense of anything in your mind if you want to, but it doesn't mean it's right, and it doesn't mean it's right for you. Okay, so this is what's going on generally in the world, but this week's kind of heightening it. It's about stepping into trust this week. Also, I feel like from midweek, you're going to get a lot more ideas, um, a lot more. You're really wanting to make a difference to your own life and to the life of others, that sort of thing. It feels like we're really shedding our old skin this week. Yeah, that's what it feels like. So, what does that mean to you? Okay. So, for me, it's a lot about stepping away from the fear. So, I realize over the last few months of when I've been doing my own inner work that sometimes I do come from a place of fear. And that keeps me contracted and constricted, right? Whereas when you come from a place of trying it or seeing what works or trusting that what you're being guided towards with your own intuition is the right thing, you know? And that's what you're going to be shown this week. So if you've been doing the work up until now, everything I've been talking about, everything other spiritual people have been talking about, especially those that deal with the astrology, then you're going to get really clear this week, and have some inspiration, which is nice. It feels like, it actually does feel like it's a new, I can say a new week, obviously it's a new week, but it just feels like a big shift, a new way of showing up. And I think we're seeing that. I think, genuinely there are some people out there now taking a stand against things that they're not happy with, they don't feel is right. And, there are some people breaking the mold, you know? So it's being felt, isn't it? So, what would be great this week is for you to really play with and feel into, don't make it heavy, play with and feel into where you're headed, right? So even if you don't know exactly, but what is it you want to change, if anything, but what is it you want to create as well, and how are you going to go about that? And it's probably going to mean that you have to do things differently, because the way we used to do things before is not going to work. So I know that from my own experience, because it's so easy to keep doing it the way we did it. But actually we're being shown, I believe, that there's a better way, and that better way will be coming from the heart, obviously, but also what feels right for you, okay? Not what everybody else is doing. So to really stand out, you just need to be you. What does that mean? How does that make you feel? You don't need to be like anybody else. All right. So the couple of cards I drew from the Light Seers Tarot deck, like I've been doing more recently, the first one was the Nine of Wands. So wands is creativity, it's passion. Nine can also mean completion. So I really feel like, well, in this card, it's normally about her making a last stand for something, a big push. And it can also mean that maybe she was thinking of giving up, but she's deciding not to, or she's been encouraged not to. She's been encouraged to keep going, following that light. Like she just needs to break down that barrier there. Yeah. So that's probably breaking down your ego, like let your ego dissolve, let your ego step aside. All right. So she's courageous, and this is what this energy is asking you to be. But know that you're supported, because if you trust it, you are supported. All right. And then we have the King of Cups coming in. So he's bringing in the divine masculine, because we need to make the plans, we need to set our goals. But he does it by marrying the heart and the mind. So getting them both on the same page. Now, when you can do that, you're really onto something. So creating from that, as I've already said, that intuitive heart space, each decision you have to make this week, does it feel right? And allowing your mind to catch up with that, and the more you practice that this week, the more you're going to get deeper insights into your world, deeper insights into what you need to do next. So it's actually really a really beautiful week, powerful, really powerful. So just take a moment today to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Sort of check in with what it is you want to do, what it is you want to create, what it is you are saying no to. And just feel into that. Feel how it feels in your body. Is it constrictive or is it expanding? Does it feel good or not? And they are your answers. And in fact, I'm saying today, but do it every day. You might find this week is quite fast-paced, or feels quite fast-paced, especially if you're getting lots of ideas and downloads. So rather than, running around like a headless chicken, just try and slow it down a bit. Make sure it's right, because to really truly listen to our intuition, we have to be quiet. Yeah. So that is this week for you in a nutshell. Excuse me, I have something in my throat. Because things are changing, so that's showing up in my throat chakra. So today and in all the energies of the week, I really speak from my heart and my truth, and that's the way it's meant to be. And that means that sometimes we might have a niggle like in our throat or somewhere else, and it could be that it's just your body like getting on board with it. It's your nervous system, actually. It's your nervous system going, okay, she feels safe when she's talking like this. She feels good. She feels all right. And then your nervous system, because if your nervous system isn't regulated, it's going to be hard for you to do this work, because your nervous system will try to stop you. So it's about reassuring yourself as well. And the more positive you are, the more you really choose the words that feel right and aligned, the more your nervous system and your ego will feel safer. Yeah, so practice that this week as well, is my advice to you. And I mentioned last week my new intuition course starts on the 26th of February. It's really not about learning anything new. It's about returning to your intuition, living from that place. So I'm acting more as a guide than a teacher. But, if it's a way of living that you feel you've lost a little bit just because the world is so loud, and even, sometimes, I work with my guides, that sometimes even going to them first is ignoring your intuition, so why don't, if it, so I feel like it's really important for us to be working from that space, that intuitive knowing, that inner wisdom. So if you feel that's right, then have a look at my upcoming program, my upcoming course. Starts on the 26th of February. There's an early bird price till the end of January. It's a 6-week online live course, and I'd love to have you there if it resonates with you. I'm going to be talking more about it in the next few weeks. But if you've got any questions or you're interested, do reach out. Anyway, I'm wishing you a wonderful week, and I'll be back next week. Bye for now.